learn. This is Mrs. Easterling, your art teacher, and today for our art history lesson, we are going to have a very special interview with a famous artist. Some may call him the King of Doodles, Keith Haring. Hi there, Keith. Now that we have got Keith almost back in his seat, Keith Haring, I love your Nike shirt. You're quite fashionable. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us about where you're from, Keith.
Well, I was born in 1958 in Pennsylvania. As a kid, I was always drawing, and I loved to visit museums. My sister says I never stopped drawing. When I ran out of paper, I would just draw on my bedroom walls.
Oh, wow, Keith, that is fascinating. So, did you end up going to art school to learn how to draw and paint?
Well, when I finished high school, I enrolled in a really nice and fancy art academy in Pittsburgh. I was supposed to learn how to be a commercial artist. You know, like make graphic designs for advertisements and stuff. But I quickly realized I hated it. So I dropped out and moved to New York City.
So, Keith Haring, why did you end up in New York?
There were lots of really cool and famous artists living in New York at the time, like Basquiat. His use of the black line and also his graffiti work really inspired me. Also, Andy Warhol. I loved getting to work with him on the streets of New York.
So, Keith, what kind of art do you like to make?
Well, it all started in the 1980s. I was just walking around on the streets of New York, and I noticed that so many buildings and so many billboards were empty. They had no art, no advertisements, no nothing on them. And I just thought, it would be nice if people had some art to walk past to on their way to work or school each day. So I started drawing in the subways a lot. I drew with chalk, and I drew really fast. I drew lots of cartoons, doodles, like the kinds I used to do when I was a kid. People seemed to really like them, and that made me happy that they could have some art in their lives to cheer them up. But not everybody liked it. Sometimes I got in trouble with the police, but lots of times they let me go, which was great. I just wanted to make art that everybody could see. My artwork started to become really famous, just like the famous graffiti artists I always looked up to. Suddenly, I was selling lots of my work in museums. People were paying a lot of money to buy my art, and I didn't know what to do with all that money, so I gave a lot of it to charities, like to schools and kids, so they could make art like me. I also listened to hip-hop music while I made art, and lots of breakdancers would perform on my art.
Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet.
Well, usually they were better dancers than that, but you get the point. Anyways, I think that's all you need to know about me and my life and my art. Thanks for having me on this interview and getting to talk to you guys. It's been really great to talk about my art. Bye!
Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought